Hey folks, David here on the Vintage Future. I had gotten this magazine because I was looking for more info on vintage leather jackets just for my own curiosity's sake, and a bunch of friends online said go to Lightning magazine. So I picked one of these up. This is 1930s through the 1970s, and obviously it's not all the leather jackets that exist in the world, in the vintage world, but there's a lot of them in here, a lot of the famous ones. So anyways, I just wanted to show you a couple jackets from the 1930s, especially some of the Grizzly jackets, because I just reviewed my Kenai Grizzly jacket from Free Note Cloth, right? And I've been interested in that. So anyways, first of all, this is a really famous Leather Togs jacket. I don't know anything about it. I just hear it being talked about a lot. Apparently, a lot of D-pocket jackets. This is a D-pocket, pistol pocket, or whatever. A lot of these jackets are based on this one. A lot of the ones that came after it and the modern reproductions are based off of that, as far as I've heard. Other than that, I don't know much about it. This is interesting because it's actually owned by David Himmel. This is from his personal collection, so that's cool. So I don't know much about those, but they're fascinating. So here's what I wanted to get to, though, while I wait here for my car to get smogged. This is the 1930s. It says Grizzly type jacket, horsehide. And based on the label here, I'm pretty sure this is shearling, lambskin shearling. So this has a shawl collar, unlike the one I have. And look, here's that little tab that goes across to a button, probably to secure it if you were going to, I don't know, ride it on a motorcycle or something, or maybe cold weather. So my question is answered. I was wondering if that is a vintage thing on my jacket, because like I said, I'm not going to use it on my jacket much, but I was thinking, oh, that's probably supposed to be an homage to vintage stuff. So turns out I was right. So same company, Alaskan Lamb. This one's interesting. It's got like the shearling going off at an angle there. I'm not sure I like that as much, but that's fine. It's got the belt across the bottom. I'm not a huge fan of that either. Like, I think it looks kind of cool sometimes, but I don't know if I'd want to have to deal with that belt every time I was taking it on and off. Company called Alaskan. Once again, horsehide. And look how this T-cord and aged. See, that's one funny thing is, like, I don't know if I like that. Granted, this is super old, right? This is almost a 100-year-old jacket. But I'm like, as I think about how my jackets will age, I'm like, I don't know if I like the look of that. It's a little too torn up. So anyways, we'll see. Typically, I'm like, I'm all about T-core. I don't like struck through. But now that I see this, I'm like, I don't know. Maybe struck through is not as bad. Like, there's room for both. Oh, look at the back. That's really cool. Yeah, like crazy back gusset things going on right here. I like how the shearling's on the sides. I don't know if I would want to wear it, but that's an interesting design anyhow. And this is cool because it really looks like just like a straight up cow, right? That's interesting. Manufacturer unknown. This is all horsehide, but then this is, yeah, I would think a cow or something. Cow skin with the hair on. Maybe goat. I'm not really sure. Fascinating. Here's kind of a monochromatic one. Really nice. What kind of leather is this? It says deer skin. So that's one thing that's interesting. There's so many jackets where initially I'll say, oh, I like horsehide better or cowhide. But then I look how they age for like 100 years. Not that I'll be around in 100 years. And I'm like, you know what? I kind of like this. Like, that's kind of cool. So this one's actually very similar to the one I have, minus the belt. Field and Stream. Maybe that's the Field and Stream magazine we're used to these days. I'm not sure. Another Alaskan Lamb, horsehide with the lamb shearling. Pretty standard. Yeah, this horsehide aged nicely. I do like how the brown ages. Kind of marbles and stuff like that. That's cool. This is Utah Woolen Mills. So, sheepskin shearling. It's from Salt Lake City. That's cool. But yeah, look at these arms. I'm thinking a dark brown jacket would age really nicely. Yeah, and I like the grain of a lot of this horsehide. So yeah, that's the Grizzly jackets. These are like more serviceman jackets, flight jacket A2. But yeah, so my jacket draws its roots on jackets like this. It would be cool if they had a King of Fur jacket in here. There's these famous Grizzly jackets made by this company called King of Fur. They were originally called something else, and they made like blankets and stuff like that. And then people stopped buying their blankets as much because times were changing. So they kind of rebranded at least this one section of their company and sold these Grizzly jackets under the name King of Fur in the 30s. And they only lasted a few years before I think it was the owner died. And then shortly thereafter, his wife had to like close it all down or something like that. But yeah, there's none of those in here. That would be cool to see. Anyways, just figured it'd be cool for you guys to see this. All credit goes to Lightning Magazine. I don't own any of this. Not making any money off of it. So just showing you this. You should, buy this magazine if you want to check out more of this, because there's some pretty crazy cool stuff in here. So anyways, till next time, let your jacket take you to places more important than the jacket itself.